What's up, Jaguar Nation? Mr. Crowder here for Wednesday. Let's see, that's November 18th. I'm going to read the second half of Act 1, Scene 5 today, and I'll offer you a little bit of insight. As we recall from yesterday, they are celebrating Hanukkah and has given the people there gifts that are like secondhand, some things like that. So let's continue here. At the top of page 145. Mr. Van Daan, you heard me. Get it out of here. Peter, I have no cat. Delighted with his joke, he opens his coat and pulls out a bath towel. The group at the table laugh, enjoying the joke. Dussel, still wheezing. It doesn't need to be the cat. His clothes are enough. When he comes out of that room, Mr. Van Daan, don't worry, you won't be bothered anymore. We're getting rid of it. Dussel, at last, you listen to me. He goes off into his bedroom. Mr. Van Daan, I'm not doing it for you. That's all in your mind. All of it. I'm doing it because I'm sick of seeing that cat eat all our food. Peter, that's not true. I only give him bones, scraps. Mr. Van Daan, don't tell me. He gets fatter every day. Damn cat looks better than any of us. Out he goes, tonight. Peter, no. And, Mr. Van Daan, you can't do that. That's Peter's cat. Peter loves that cat. Mrs. Frank, Peter, if he goes, I go. Mr. Van Daan, go. Mrs. Van Daan, you're not going and the cat's not going. Now please, this is Hanukkah. Hanukkah, this is the time to celebrate. What's the matter with all of you? Come on, Anne, let's have the song. Anne starts singing. Mr. Frank, I think we should first blow out the candle. Then we'll have something for tomorrow night. Margot, but Father, you're supposed to let it burn itself out. Mr. Frank, I'm sure God understands shortages. Before blowing it out, praised be thou, O Lord our God, who hast sustained us and permitted us to celebrate this joyous festival. He is about to blow the candle out when suddenly there is a crash of something falling below. They all freeze in horror, motionless. For a few seconds there is complete silence. Mr. Frank slips off his shoes. The others noiselessly follow his example. Mr. Frank turns out a light near him. He motions to Peter to turn off the center lamp. Peter tries to reach it, realizes he cannot, and gets up on a chair. Just as he is touching the lamp, he loses his balance. The chair goes out from under him. He falls. The iron lampshade crashes to the floor. There is a sound of feet below, running down the stairs. Mr. Van Daan, God almighty. Do you hear anything? Mr. Frank, no, I think they've gone. Mrs. Van Daan, it's the Green Police. They found us. Mr. Frank, if they had, they wouldn't have left. They'd be up here by now. Mrs. Van Daan, I know it's the Green Police. They've gone to get help. That's all. They'll be back. Mr. Van Daan, or it may have been the Gestapo looking for papers. Mr. Frank, or a thief looking for money. Mrs. Van Daan, we've got to do something. Quick, before they come back. Mr. Van Daan, there isn't anything to do. Just wait. Mr. Frank holds up his hand for them to be quiet. He is listening intently. There is complete silence as they all strain to hear any sound from below. Suddenly, Anne begins to sway. With a low cry, she falls to the floor in a faint. Mrs. Frank goes to her quickly, sitting beside her on the floor and taking her in her arms. Mrs. Frank, get some water, please. Water. Mr. Van Daan, no one's going to run water. Mr. Frank, if they found us, they found us. Get the water. I'm going down. No, Father, no. There may be someone there waiting. It may be a trap. Mr. Frank, this is Saturday. There is no way for us to know what has happened until Meep or Mr. Kraler comes on Monday morning. We cannot live with this uncertainty. Don't go, Father. Hush, darling, hush. Margot, stay close to me. Mr. Van Daan, shush. Mrs. Frank whispers to Margot to get the water. Margot goes for it. Mrs. Van Daan, Pootie, where's our money? Get our money. I hear you can buy the Green Police off. So much ahead. Go upstairs, quick, get the money. Mr. Van Daan, keep still. Mrs. Van Daan, do you want to be dragged off to a concentration camp? Are you going to stand there and wait for them to come up and get you? Do something, I tell you. Mr. Van Daan, pushing her aside. Will you keep still? He goes over to the stairwell to listen. Peter goes to his mother, helping her onto the sofa. There is a second of silence, then Anne can stand it no longer. Someone go after Father. Make Father come back. Peter, I'll go. Mr. Van Daan, haven't you done enough? He pushes Peter roughly away. In his anger against his father, Peter grabs a chair as if to hit him with it, then puts it down, burying his face in his hands. Mrs. Frank begins to pray softly. Anne, please, Mr. Van Daan, get Father. Quiet. Anne is shocked into silence. Mrs. Frank pulls her closer, holding her protectively in her arms. Mrs. Frank softly praying. I lift up mine eyes unto the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. She stops as if she hears someone coming. They all watch the door tensely. Mr. Frank quietly comes in. Anne rushes to him, holding him tight. Mr. Frank, it was a thief. That noise must have scared him away. Thank God. He took the cash box and the radio. He ran away in such a hurry that he didn't stop to shut the door. It was swinging wide open. I think it would have been good to have some light. Are you sure it's all right? The danger is past. Don't be terrified, Anne. We're safe. Dussel. Who says the danger is past? Don't you realize we are in greater danger than ever? Mr. Frank. Mr. Dussel, will you be still? Dussel, pointing to Peter. Thanks to this clumsy fool, there's someone now who knows we're up here. Someone now knows we're up here, hiding. Mrs. Van Daan. Someone knows we're here, yes. But who is this someone? A thief? A thief? You think a thief is going to go to the Green Police and say, I was robbing a place the other night and I heard a noise up overhead. You think a thief is going to do that? Dussel. Yes, I think he will. Mrs. Van Daan, hysterically. You're crazy. She stumbles back to her seat at the table. Dussel. I think someday he'll be caught and then he'll make a bargain with the Green Police. If they'll let him off, he'll tell them where some Jews are hiding. Mr. Van Daan. He's right. Anne. Father, let's get out of here. We can't stay here now. Let's go. Mr. Van Daan. Go? Where? Mrs. Frank. Yes, where? Mr. Frank. Have we all lost faith? All courage? A moment ago we thought they'd come for us. We made sure it was the end. But it wasn't the end. We're alive. Safe. Mr. Frank begins to pray. We thank thee, O Lord our God, that in thy infinite mercy thou hast again seen fit to spare us. He blows out the candle. Come on, Anne. The song. Let's have the song. And they start singing the Hanukkah song. And the curtain falls. So, we're talking about, we see here at the end of this scene that a burglar comes downstairs. So if we remember, they're in the like annex or attic of a building underneath that's a business. And so they're hiding upstairs, and what you have are these, as a thief, come, and they think they're going to get captured by the Green Police. Now, the Green Police were actually not police at all, but they were soldiers from Holland or German soldiers that were paid to literally go around and hunt for Jewish people. And so that's their biggest fear with the Green Police there. What I want us to focus on today, and what I would like you to reflect on and write about a little bit, is what role does their faith play in all of this? Clearly, these are Jewish people that have great faith in their religion. So what do you make of their faith? Like, how does that help them or hurt them as they are in hiding here? That is the question for today. That's what I'm going to ask you to reflect on. Like, if you were in this situation, how would your faith help you if you are a person of faith? And then how does that relate to, like, how is it helping them? So I look forward to seeing what you guys write. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.